Hey everybody, welcome to our videos about our testing procedures.
Oh wait, stop. Have you watched the rotating curriculum FAQ video first? That is essential to watch first because it goes over some more details that you need to know about before we get into belt testing.
Yes, so if you haven't watched that video, look in the description below. We'll leave a link down there for you to go watch that video. And the cool thing is, in the description of that video, there's a link to this one, so it's easy to just hop right back and forth whenever you're ready.
Okay.
All right, so we've got some questions here. Miss Jamie's going to ask them. I'm going to do my best to answer them, and she might put stuff in whenever I forget things. So here we go.
Okay, so the just to start off though, the main question that we're answering in this video is what does belt testing look like with our rotating curriculum? And before we actually go into depth there, we need to lay a little foundation knowledge about how rotating curriculum works. So we are going to go into some of those things that we covered in the other video, but just to do a quick recap.
Still need to go watch the other video.
Please watch the other video.
So, but we're going to use a different diagram, so it's going to be really confusing.
Woohoo! So here are the levels and the sections in each.
Yep. So we've got 3 levels. So we've got level 1 is our beginner level, level 2 is our intermediate level, and level 3 down here is our advanced level. So there are 6 segments in the beginner level, but they actually repeat. So it's 6 here and then 6 down here. So you have a total of 12, but they're repeating. So it's 6. Then in our intermediate and advanced segments, there's a total of 12 segments.
Mm-hmm. There you go. So that brings us to belt testing and all of the detailed questions. How long between each testing cycle?
So there's 6 weeks from the beginning of the cycle to the test.
Simple. And what belt colors fall into each level?
Okay, so in our beginner curriculum, we've got white, yellow, and orange. When you get your purple belt, that moves you up to your intermediates. Okay, intermediate level has purple, green and blue. And then you get your red belt to move out of this. And so in here you got red, red, black, your flip to black, red, and then your first degree black belt.
Woohoo! Okay, so those are divided up. They ask about stripe testing because stripe testing is a big part of this.
Yes.
So, as a beginner, how many stripes do I need on my belt before I move on to my next color belt?
Okay, so the stripes indicate a partial completion of material for that particular belt color. So if you are a beginner, you come in as a white belt, you are going to complete a 6-week section. You're going to get 1 black stripe, and then you'll complete another 6-week section, and as long as you complete all the material well, then you'll get a red stripe on your belt. If you are in the intermediate or the advanced segments, you'll do 3 black stripes and a red stripe. Did I say that right?
You did.
Yes. And then
advanced is the same.
Advanced is the exact same. Yep. Then you get your next belt.
3 black stripes, 1 red stripe. And if you watched our first video, you'll know what those mean. But just as a recap, a black stripe indicates that you have passed a certain section of material, the 6-week section, and you passed it. A red stripe indicates that you previously have gotten your black stripe and now you passed the next section and you're ready to test on Saturday of that week for your next belt color.
You're ready to promote to the new color.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. So, you know what? We need to cover Saturday testing. That's what we're on to.
Okay, awesome.
What days will testing be done on?
Okay, so testing is split into 2 different segments. So what you're going to have is during the first part of the week, if you are a Monday, Friday-er or a Tuesday, Thursday-er, or even if you're a homeschool student, whatever your first class is during that week, you will test during that for your stripe. So that's when we're going to go over all the material, make sure that you know everything you need to know. We will check your attendance requirements and everything there. And then if you get your stripe, if you get a red stripe, then you will move on to the Saturday belt promotion. Saturday tests will be spaced out on Saturday throughout the day.
And we'll go more into that in a second. But yes. Saturday test requirements, you're going to need to do your board break. You're going to demonstrate some of the skills that you just passed in that last section, or sometimes a previous section, depending on how advanced you are. Some stress inoculation and the endurance portion. That's all going to be on your Saturday test.
Correct.
Okay, So, for our daytime classes, how will that differ? Or will that differ?
So for the daytime classes, it essentially works the same. The only difference is that you guys that are in that,
you only train one day a week. And so you will test on Tuesday if your class is Tuesday. You'll test on Wednesday if your class is Wednesday. And then you won't come back. You'll just have your test on Saturday. So.
Yes. Thank you for clarifying
there
that.
You
My
go.
words got all tied up.
And
Okay.
then the last is our Tiny Tigers.
Oh, so Tiny Tigers have actually been on a rotating curriculum for quite some time now. We are making a few adjustments to that to make it better during this transition. But what you're going to see there is the continuation of the Stripe test that happens on Wednesdays. So if you're a Monday, Wednesday student or a Wednesday, Friday student, all of you guys will be testing on Wednesday just like you have in previous years.
All right, so nothing changes. You're good to go.
Yep, you guys are ahead of schedule.
Alrighty. Okay, so then now the next question is, how will you be scheduling the Saturday belt tests?
Okay, so Saturday belt tests, we will pre-schedule them and we will send out an email to everyone who qualifies for those based on Stripe and attendance. And if you qualify for them, you will be able to select your preferred time. We'll have several time slots available, generally based on the number of people who qualify.
Right.
And so, yeah, you'll have a chance to schedule that out.
But it'll
fairly
give
early in the
you
week.
a little more flexibility on choosing what is the best fit for your family and choosing that time slot. So, okay. What if I miss the Stripe test during my class time? What happens?
So if you miss the Stripe test during your class time, say you got a flat tire and you weren't able to make it to the Stripe test, on an individual basis, we will handle this. But essentially, if you can make it to another class where we do have an available spot for you on the mat, then we will go ahead and Stripe test you there. But if you can't do that, then you'll end up having to wait for your next cycle to get your Stripe.
You wouldn't be able to skip the Stripe test at the beginning of the week and then just jump to the Saturday test.
That's correct.
You have to do both. We do take it as a case-by-case basis for these extenuating circumstances, but you do have to contact us and ask if there's availability. Please don't just show up. If there is availability, then, you know, we're flexible. We try to let people out on the mats. However, if there's not an availability because the class is full, then unfortunately you will have to wait till the next testing cycle and do that. Okay, so we're going to flip the question. What if I can't be there for the Saturday test, but I earned my Stripe already during class?
So unfortunately, if you earned your red stripe in class, but you can't make it for the Saturday testing, that means that you missed out on several things: your endurance testing, your board break, your stress inoculation, and your demonstration. So those people that can't make it on Saturday will have to wait till the next cycle to go ahead and earn that next belt.
Because unfortunately there are no makeups available for Saturday testing. So, okay. Well, what if I already know the information we're being taught in a particular section because I've already done it? I've been here a while. Do I have to test to earn the Stripe or the belt?
Yes, that's the short answer. So we want to make sure that our students are very good at what we're doing, and so we are increasing the proficiency requirement for each of these skills. So even if you know something now or you've learned it in previous months, and we hit the cycle, I want you to really work on that material and become better at it. So you will have to go ahead and Stripe test in that particular material. And even if you know it really well, the attendance requirement is still there.
That's true. Okay. So will there still be an endurance portion on the tests?
Yes. So in martial arts, it's really critical that we achieve and maintain a high level of fitness so that we can apply our skills well, and so that we're defending ourselves from all the health risks that come with not being fit. So that is still going to be a fairly large portion of the test.
Okay. Will there still be sparring on the tests?
So that's going to be on a section-by-section basis. And if you are an intermediate or an advanced student, we will let you know ahead of time based on what section we're in, whether you're going to need to bring your sparring gear to the test.
We'll let you know ahead of time. Okay. Last question I've got on here is, will Zoom still be available for people to watch tests?
yes, as long as we can make that happen, we will have Zoom available until such time as Zoom is no longer functional, I guess.
And we do that mainly because we still have the requirement that you can have 2 people in person per tester to watch, and then the rest is on Zoom. So we want everybody to be involved if they can be. So.
Awesome. Okay.
Okay, that's all I have.
Great. We made it through all the questions. Guys, I know you probably have more questions. Please feel free to either comment below with questions, or you can email, text, call, whatever you need to do. Let us know what questions you have. We want to make sure that everybody feels really stable and assured as we go through this program. If you're a new student and you're just joining us and this is all brand new to you, then please feel free to ask lots of questions. All right, guys. Thanks for watching all the way to the end, and we'll see you guys later.
Bye.